Charles Leclerc wins in Bahrain, Max Verstappen retires, and Lewis Hamilton grabs P3. Welcome to Fervent Motorsports, and today we are doing an immediate reaction to the 2022 Bahrain Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc put in a brilliant drive at the Bahrain Grand Prix. He started the race on pole following a blistering qualifying lap on Saturday, and he kept the pace throughout Sunday as the Ferrari driver nailed every corner of the tricky night race circuit. Leclerc was constantly pressured by Max Verstappen in the charging Red Bull. The world champion tried to undercut the Ferrari driver thrice, but Leclerc kept his cool and managed to keep the world champion at bay. Max was comfortable in P2 for most of the race until the final laps where engine issues plagued him and forced him and his teammate Sergio Perez to retire their cars. This meant that Lewis Hamilton grabbed the final podium spot after a tough weekend for Mercedes. Perez spun in dramatic fashion mid-corner as he was later heard on the radio saying that his engine locked up. Interestingly, Verstappen reported engine issues as early as the sixth lap, saying that there was an issue with his car's engine braking. Final results look something like this. The retirements of Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen meant that the Haas driver Kevin Magnussen finished in the top 5. A truly remarkable day for the American-based team that was struggling to get into Q2 just last season. The team also saw some major setbacks this season when their cargo was delayed and they could not run their testing as per the schedule. We also saw a super comeback from Valtteri Bottas, who started the race on a terrible foot and ended up down in P13 from P6, but the Alfa Romeo driver produced a stunning drive and finished out in P6. His teammates even managed to break into the top 10 on his Formula 1 debut after a remarkable drive. Mercedes looked to be in contention for a podium spot at the start of the race when Lewis Hamilton powered his way to P3 during the initial laps. However, as the race progressed, Sergio Perez took back his place, and it became clear to the team that they still have a lot to do as their cars could not keep up with the Ferrari and Red Bull machines. At the start of the race, George Russell managed to gain 3 places, and he gained further 2 more places when both the Red Bulls retired, and he finished in P4, a result that will surely leave Mercedes smiling. Lance Stroll put in a stellar performance as the Canadian driver managed a respectable P12 following a disappointing P19 in qualifying yesterday. The Aston Martin team showed glimpses of pace, however, Nico Hülkenberg found himself at the bottom of the timesheets. Yuki Tsunoda climbed up 8 places and finished in P8. His teammate Pierre Gasly, however, faced a power unit issue and a very sudden fire to his car. Gasly was safely out of the car, but he was also out of the race. The inaugural race of the 2022 season was everything that the fans wished for. The driving between cars was closer than ever, and we saw some brilliant overtakes. With higher tire degradation, we also saw teams make a series of pit stops to avoid getting caught out. Mercedes sampled with a hard compound tire in lap 12 when they called in both of their drivers for the hard tire, but they quickly abandoned the project when the tires failed to give them the required pace. Throughout the race, we saw intense battles between teams and drivers, right from the thrilling fight for pole between Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen. We even saw great battles in the midfield, which is exactly why Formula 1 went into this regulation change. For the season's first penalty that went to Esteban Ocon for bumping into the Haas of Mick Schumacher, which resulted in the car doing a full 360-degree spin. The season opener told us what we had doubts about since testing, that the Ferraris are fast and that Ferrari is back. And with the next race taking place in Saudi Arabia in just 7 days, teams such as Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes and Aston Martin are all hoping to get their cars sorted out. That was our immediate reaction to the 2022 Bahrain Grand Prix. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up with all things motorsports. Here at Fervent Motorsports, we cover everything right from Formula 1 to MotoGP to even the car rallies. So stay tuned.